Hey guys, and welcome back to more Dragon Age Origins. Previous episode, we had a bit of a situation at Castle Redcliffe where we figured out what is actually going on over there, and that stuff isn't entirely what it seems, and it's causing us to run to our next main plot mission, and we might not be completely prepared for that, so I'm just gonna spend this episode talking to my companions, re-equipping everyone, and just getting them ready for what's ahead. Because oh my god, I remember my first time I played this game, I hated the Circle of Magi mission, and I still do. That hasn't changed. But by god, am I gonna try making it easier for myself this time. So let's start at the obvious parts first. We're gonna see how much easier we can make stuff for ourselves. She can actually wear the heavy armor, but I don't really want to give it to her. Give it to her. Give it to her. Okay, no. I'm not gonna go there. Nope. Just shh. I'm not gonna say anything. Alistair, what are you carrying? You're carrying the Oathkeeper, and by god, it's still got a lot of stuff on it. Okay, you've got... You're not bad, but you're not that good either. Well, you're basically the same, but... You know, it just struck me that I sold the family sword. Haha, well... I am a dingus, but that's fine. That's okay. Could be worse. Alright. Kuzlin stuff. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of this helmet. And... I mean, it's not gonna be much longer than I can use that. But let's give you this. You've already got a decent shield, so that's fine. Morrigan... I don't know. I want to give her this, but for some reason it's not allowing me to equip her with that, which is weird. Hey, Sausage. How you doing, buddy? Okay, that's actually pretty decent. Winter's Breath, cold resistance, electricity resistance. I don't know, this actually sounds like a pretty cool name. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. I'm sniffly as hell and I'm not sure why. Okay, let's see. Is the Kuzlin stuff better? Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, I'm gonna give you that. We're gonna give you that. That looks so much better. Weapon? Did I give you a weapon? No, I never did. What? Oh, now you get a battle axe. That actually looks pretty badass. Alright, and here, what do we got in here? We've got nothing interesting for you in here. That's fine. Okay. Let's get rid of some of the stuff we have. Maybe we can find something interesting with him here.
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out.
It's time for shopping. Let me see your wares,
I'm sure
Bonan.
you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected. And with your discount.
Okay, first things first. We can get rid of that. Great sword of, however, I don't know, we've got better stuff. You can get rid of that, you can get rid of that. Oh, I so badly want to sell this, but then part of me is like, but that's the sword that Alistair started with. So we're not going to do it. Armor. Helm of the Deep Soldier's Helm. Heavy chain. That. Get rid of that. That. Oh, get out. Go away. Brotherhood Shield. Oh, well, we could sell those. We could sell that, that, that. I still don't understand why I can't give this to Morrigan. I don't know why. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but anyway. Weapons. Is there any good weapons? Excuse me? Wow. Okay, never mind. What's in here? Longbowman's belt. Wait, didn't I have something similar for Liliana? Yeah, I did get her one. Yeah, okay. Parvolin. Huh. That's actually something we could give to Sten. He'd appreciate it. But that's fine. I'm not gonna do that now, but we're gonna get rid of some of this other stuff. Acid flask, part of me wants to get rid of it, then I'm like, nah, it might be. But I'm gonna get rid of some of this other stuff. Because, oh my god, we're gonna need the space eventually. Gifts. Get rid of that, get rid of that. You too. And those as well. Trade manifest. A manifest of goods. More interesting for the trade route. It describes valuable to any merchant looking to expand his business. There you go, Bowden. Have fun. But let's see. Oh, backpack space. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Another necklace. Always good to have one of those. Wait. Shit, I don't have any of those. Slow rune. Silverite rune. 4 damage versus darkspawn. Hail rune. 10 physical resistance. Not cold iron rune. 2 damage to undead. I'm actually kind of looking at like the lightning runes and the frost runes. Let's get in novice one and a novice frost rune. Duomer. Physical technique, okay. Tome of Arcane technique. Alright. Okay. Let's talk to Sandal. Hello.
Enchantment?
I want some enchanting then.
Enchantment!
You look so happy. Okay, let's see. I've already got a Journeyman Lightning rune, so let's put a Frost rune in there. Except...
Enchantment?
yes please.
Enchantment!
Okay. Family sword. Wait, I still have it? Oh, okay. Well, let's give Alistair the lightning rune. Quick save a little bit. You know what? Let's start from this end. Hello. Oh, hi.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
What was life like in the Chandri cloister? Ooh. No. What would someone like you be doing in Lothering's Chandri?
What is meant by someone like me?
Oh, there's so many responses to this. Sanctimonious, preachy, like all other Chandri zealots. That sounds familiar. You know, a beautiful, charming woman like yourself. Yeah, let's be a little bit smooth about this. I mean, come on. We already bang-eat in the start of the game. Let's do this. Let's go.
And there were no beautiful, charming women in the cloisters, you think? You would be wrong. There were many lovely young initiates in the Lothering cloister. All of them chaste and virtuous. It added to their mystique. Because then, they were forbidden. And forbidden fruit is the sweeter, no?
Okay. You know, I'm kind of curious where this is gonna go. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. What about your fruit? Is it forbidden? Just asking.
My fruit? I can't believe I'm having this conversation. But no, I do not seek out. The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
I did not expect that as a conversation option or anything. Her response was perfect.
We affirm our belief in the Maker, in Andraste and the Chant, but other than that, there are no vows taken.
Oh, okay. What did you do before that? No, and why were you seeking safe harbor? I'm curious. Okay, I played the game through before, so I know her backstory, but let's just pretend I don't. Why are you seeking safe harbor?
The Chantry does not pride, and you should. I desired time apart
Wow.
from the world. I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Wow. That was a tiny bit abrupt, but that was an enlightening conversation. That's for sure. Alright,
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
Why? Yeah, that's a good one. Why have you remained a Templar if you hate the Chantry?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
I thought Templars wore heavy plate mostly.
That's just in public. In private, we have these yellow and purple tunics, right? Much more comfortable, and you don't break the beds when you jump on them during a pillow fight.
You had lots of these pillow fights, I take it?
On confession day, we could go all night. Being a Templar isn't all about chasing men in skirts and hiding behind priests, you know. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
Then make up something more exciting.
You know, I like the way you think. But I guess if you're really curious, there's no harm in obliging. I have a couple of interesting looking moles I can show you later too, if you're interested.
Oh,
Truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
Oh. What did you enjoy about the training?
The education, mostly, but also the discipline. You need to have a disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have. It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
Home is wherever the camp is. We're travelers now.
We won't always be traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way.
They can be rebuilt.
I suppose you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens, but we'll never get back those we lost. I wonder if it would ever feel the same. Anyhow, now I've sidetracked us. We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
Okay. Not quite nearly as entertaining as Liana's reaction, but okay. I'm just gonna quick save because I'm gonna be talking to the two more prickly members of our party. And it's always brain surgery having a conversation with them. Okay. Let's see what she has to say.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to discuss something personal.
We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Never mind. That's just gonna piss her off probably. Okay.
What do you wish of me?
Let's see. I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Have you ever been hunted by the Chantry?
My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes, by Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
I feel sorry for the Templars.
They came with as much swagger and arrogance as they did self-righteousness. Pity them if you wish, for they held none for us. Flemeth would warn them once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Flemeth used you as bait.
'Twas a game, and I a young girl. If I didn't get to play, I would have been very upset. Thankfully, the Wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
Honestly, this is probably going to stir up one hell of a conversation or argument, depending on how you look at it. But I honestly do feel that some of the circles treated mages rather badly. And for someone like Flemeth and Morrigan, especially for Morrigan, she's basically home taught, and she's never had a problem with struggling with demons or anything. And she didn't grow up as restricted as the other guys. But look at how, okay, I'm not going to say well-rounded, but her abilities seem much more controlled, actually, for Flemeth's teaching. So, honestly, they got what they deserved, the Templars, for actively seeking them out instead of thinking, well, you know what, they've never fallen to demons so far, so why should we bother them now? So, yeah, you know what, they got what they deserved.
Perhaps they did. Still, I do not begrudge them doing what they believe is
I do,
necessary.
because,
The
well,
Chantry sees any mages not leashed to the Circle of Magi as apostates. And apostates could become maleficarum, evil mages that resort to blood magic and become demon-enslaved abominations. It may even be true. Still, those of us who prefer freedom see no reason to submit.
so for the whole mages argument or something, the best example I will give of how badly things can go when mages are pushed too far, Dragon Age 2. That's all I'll say. If you haven't played it yet, it's not the best of the Dragon Age games, but it does give you a lot more insight into how mages are treated. Like how the Templars and the Chantry go about it. It's interesting. It's just a little bit more deeper than what you see here, because here it's skimmed over. You just know, oh, there's this and this is happening and that's what the result is with everything, but you don't actually get more detail into the inner workings of what the struggle between the Templars and the mages really is. And as much as I felt like Dragon Age 2 wasn't that great, that little bit of information that they created the whole game around was a good, like, interlude into Inquisition, where everything's just gone to shit between the Templars and mages. So, yeah, if you're curious about that stuff, play Dragon Age 2. Just grin and bear it. I promise things will make sense in Inquisition if you've played Dragon Age 2. If I were a mage, I might think the same. You know what? I agree with you.
Oh, I hope you're not simply being agreeable. It would be a refreshing change. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't completely agree with the Templars and with the Chantry and how they treat people. There's always going to be three ways of looking at it. You're going to agree with the Templars, you're going to agree with the mages, and you're going to have that grey area in the middle where people are like, well, both of them have their reasons for why they're doing it, but for me it's just like, no, this is not working. It's just creating this massive rift that's going to explode. Oh god, let's save again, because at least our conversation with Morrigan wasn't that bad. But let's see what Stan has to say.
Yes.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Why did you come to Ferelden?
To answer a question.
What was the question?
The Arishok asked what is the Blight. By his curiosity, I am now here.
Don't you have to report back then?
Yes.
So what are you still doing here then?
I cannot go home.
Ah. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Can we move on? We keep the dark spawn waiting.
Let's go.
As you wish.
Oh, for approval. Okay. So, the thing with Sten is you've kind of got to keep your conversation short and precise. So, choose short and precise answers. It's about the best advice I can give for that. But the game doesn't always give you those options, so it's a bit weird trying to have a conversation with him, because sometimes you'll get a perfect set of options where you can choose the best answer and it'll just work. And other times, regardless of the answer you choose, it's just going to be like, nope, you're losing influence with him, sorry. Let's talk with him. Hello,
I
puppy.
once heard a really old legend about how the hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished.
Ew.
Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh.
Wow, Alistair, telling dog horror
Oh,
stories?
like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Don't listen to Alistair, he's full of rubbish.
Hey!
Okay, actually it's interesting just talking to your Mabara because you get rather interesting interactions out of it.
Oh, look at what your fool dog placed in my pack. A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
Interesting. I think he means... Yeah... Oh no. That's not gonna go well. It's the thought that counts, he means well.
The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
Don't do it again. You're a war dog, not a nursemaid. Okay.
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
Okay. I feel like that was the strangest interaction I've ever seen in my life. Trying to find a way through the earth, are we? It's going to take some time, you know. Well, good luck with that then. Interesting. Okay, since we've actually done everything that I wanted to do, let's go see what the situation at the tower is. Who am I gonna take? Well, of course I'm gonna take
Indeed.
her and him.
Yes.
You know what? If I remember right, how the Circle of Magi mission works is you're anyway going to be getting a party member that, well, it's mostly a case of they're going to come with you regardless. So, let's take Sausage with us, because as it is, we're anyway going to probably switch one of these two, well, these three out. Probably Sausage anyway, so that we can get the new person. But yeah, Redcliffe Castle, Lake Calenhad docks. Why are we going the long way around? Isn't it gonna be closer to just go around like this way? Okay, interesting. Oh, you can actually trade with this guy. I remember that. He's like a special trader from Orzammar or something. Old
You have
Tigre.
coin, stranger? With Orzammar closed off, Old Tigre can get you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
Yeah, sure. Let's see this discount of yours. Weapons. Oh wow, you got quite a lot of stuff, and all of it is dwarven made. Shit, you only got bolts, and you got a crossbow, but that's not gonna do me any good. Ceremonial gloves. Ceremonial helmet. It doesn't really give me anything. Sure, it's better armor, but it doesn't give me like any boosts or something like the Brotherhood does. Rock knocker gloves. Whoa, okay. It's quite powerful, I'm not gonna lie. Navaran plate boots. What? Okay. Wait a minute. Rock knocker plate. I'm kind of curious what the hell this looks like, but I don't have enough money for that. No. Crap. Okay, the gold ring I can sell though. It doesn't have any use. Let's see, what else can we get rid of? All of that is gifts, so that's not gonna work. Death root, I can't use it, so we can sell it. That can go, that can go. That too, I don't have poison crafting. Deep mushroom, I don't really use it, so. Oh crap, okay. But he does have gifts. Let's take these. Ornate leather belt. What does this do? 2 strength, 2 constitution, 5% chance to dodge. I can actually give this to Sten. Yeah, let's take that. Temperament. 1 to dexterity. Huh. I can actually give him the apprentice's amulet and pretty much will do the same thing, just like the Mark of Vigilance. Okay. As much as I would actually kind of like to get the Rock Knocker set, I can't afford it. I mean, it looks pretty awesome, like stat-wise and armor-wise, it looks incredible, but I don't have enough money for it. Fudge. I mean, that's a lot of gold. I could probably easily like afford it then, but fucking hell, it's got some great stuff on it. See, this is the part where the game I'm like, should I, shouldn't I? I mean, okay, I kind of want to use the blood dragon stuff, but that's still so far away. Family shield, I can't use. I'm not a shield user, but I'm like, okay, I've got the family sword apparently somewhere. Not sure where, but I've got the family sword still, according to the enchantment thing. Alistair is the only shield user I have, and honestly, I'm actually gonna leave him with that. Yeah, let's sell it and get it over with. I'm just sitting here and deliberating this too much. So let's see, Rock Knocker. So it's the gloves and the boots. The Navaran stuff, I'm kind of curious about getting that for like Sten. But let's see how much money I've got left after I've got everything else. So, I think that's all of it actually. Just double check. Yeah, that's the whole set. So, you know what? Let's get these. Because I'll probably be able to give that to Sten pretty soon actually, because I think he's got some insane strength on him. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh my god. Okay. Not what I was expecting. And an impromptu shopping trip that just cost me a lot of money. But that's fine. It's okay. I mean,
We're coming here to see the mages, right? Oh, great. They just love it.
Do you see the tower? The view from the top must be spectacular.
Yeah, actually that looks like a pretty awesome tower,
I
but
have been setting down in ink the tales of our exploits, and I have been thinking about ways to describe you. You are unlike any animal I have ever met. Almost human in your intelligence and understanding. So, let me see. You're loyal, yes? That one is obvious. Very, very clever. This is also obvious. You are terrifying when you have to be, but gentle and sweet as a dove at other times. And you are also playful. Sometimes gluttonous. No? What is all this begging for food scraps then? Well, alright. You're not gluttonous. You're just a lover of fine foods. How's that?
Oish. Okay. Well, interesting. Yeah, let's rob a little more. Cause you know what, adventuring is fine and everything, but it's just not ludicrous. No, not ludicrous. What is happening? Forgive me, it's like 2 in the morning. Lucrative. I promise, I know words.
It's begun.
You're the Grey Warden, aren't you? Exactly who I was hoping to meet. I represent a collective of mages interested in going about their lives without the constant scrutiny of the Chantry.
Okay. How can I help you?
Next to me, and in every major settlement, you will find an inconspicuous sack containing requests from mages all over the land who need the assistance of someone skillful and discreet.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Thank you, my friend. We have agents in every major settlement to reward you for work done on behalf of the collective. Make us smile upon you.
Alright, well. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna accept each and every one of them because you know what? That's fine. It's okay. Who are you? Kester.
Why, bless myself. What's a distinguished personage like yourself doing here?
I'm looking to get across the lake to the tower.
Don't hold your breath. No one's been allowed across the lake for days. I'm the ferryman. Leastwise, I used to be. Poor old Kester. Out of a job.
Why?
I don't got a clue. They wouldn't tell me. Gregor just came down and said, "Don't you worry, Kester. We got it all under control, we do." Didn't say nothing else. And then he puts Carol in charge of my boat. Lissy. Named for my grandmum, she was.
Is something wrong up there at the tower?
I told you, they didn't tell me nothing. And if I know they're mages, I'm better off keeping out of their business. If I had to guess, I'd guess it had to do with magic. But the tower's always got something to do with magic.
Fair enough. I should
You
get
go
going.
on ahead then. They were nice talking to you.
Well, that was interesting.
Very well.
Okay. Makes me question a few things. Not discriminate man. Shady person. Innkeeper. Hello, little locked chest. You're not gonna be locked for long. Ooh, lovely there. Let's see. My dearest Virginia True Royal, regarding bodice ripped. Enclosed are 7 silver and my most heartfelt apologies for said bodice. I would blame the cold ocean spray, the loss of my favorite shirt, and the bucking of the stallion, or perhaps the strain of maintaining all such elements while sitting for a portrait, but I was certainly not myself. I hope you'll forgive me and not take it upon yourself to find your own determined way in this world. Yours, Sir Rival Grouseman. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna comment on that. None of these people exactly look interesting.
Can a man drink in peace?
Ha! Water down ale, damp beds, rickety
Okay.
stools.
Good day.
Why do I
And
even
none of them want to talk. Innkeeper, do you have anything to
Good
say?
day. Welcome to the Spoiled Princess. Is there something I can get for you?
Why is the inn called the Spoiled Princess?
It was my father's idea. He ran the inn before me, and he named it for my sister. She was his little princess. Princess decided the country was too dull for her and moved to Denerim. More glamorous, she said. Well, she was found murdered, robbed of all the trinkets my father bought her with his hard-earned money. My father died of shock and heartbreak. Mother stopped eating, and I got the struggling inn. The name stuck. That's the story.
Okay, I should
Of
get
course.
going.
If there's anything I can get you, just let me know.
That's kind of a rather depressing tale. Well, interesting. So, I'm gonna stop at this point because I kind of want to start
You
the...
ever wonder why the mages built their tower out in the middle of Lake Calenhad? They have an aversion to practicality or something?
How deep is this lake? Do you think we're allowed to swim in it?
Well, actually, honestly, I don't think it was a case of it was them that built it. I think it was here already and they just kind of adopted it. Because there's a road, or what used to be a road here. I mean, you can literally see pieces of it. There goes the rest of it. And there must have been more than one way, because if you check out, that also there looks like a piece of a road. Or it could just be a hill. Maybe bad graphics or something. But yeah, I don't think the mages had anything to do with this. This was probably here already. I mean, I think this is part of the King's Highway. Part of it, I think. I'm not sure. I really don't know all of the lore for this game. I really don't. There's probably boffins out there that will know way more than I do. But anyway, I'm gonna stop here. For one reason alone, I'm gonna start the next episode fresh with the tower. And just continue from there. I don't want to go to the tower now and then have to stop in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Because that's just going to be pretty silly. But we found some interesting things out about some of our companions. Had a few good conversations. We are better equipped than before. Or at least that's the way I feel about it. And yeah. Guys, share, like, subscribe, do all of that cool stuff. I've got Twitter, I've got Discord. If you want to yell at me, go to it over there. If you want to find out anything about the mods I'm using for the game, I can always give you a list. Just ask me, that's not a problem. If there's any questions you have about any of the games I'm playing, or if you even have a suggestion for a game that you're like, please play this if you have it, I will play it. You just gotta tell me. And that's all there is to it. I don't mind. I love playing games. So guys, until next time, I will see you later.